Hello, welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is my daily 2-card reading for Thursday, June 13th, 2024. And I have a brand new deck to work with this week. This is the Time Traveler's Oracle, and it is by Denise Linn. And I have multiple decks of Denise Linn's, and they are all fabulous. And this one is proving to be just as fabulous. I had ordered it on pre-order, and it arrived not quite, well, it's been maybe 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to use it right away, but something kind of held me back, that little voice. Maybe I needed to get to know this deck a little bit, and I'm still very new to it, but this week I knew it was time. So, she has multiple decks, multiple books, teaches multiple courses. She's just a really beautiful resource. But what she says about this deck is she says, travel through time to awaken your inner oracle. And she also says that every card offers a glimpse into another realm, another dimension, or another time period, and the opportunity to connect with the energy and frequency of that time. So that's what we're going to look at when we go look into this deck. Let me grab the deck, the card deck here, just so you can kind of see the artwork on the back. These are a little bit shiny, so we'll see how they work with my lighting the way I have it set up, and I'll experiment a little bit every day depending on how the videos turn out, but it's beautiful. I've done some personal readings for myself with this deck, and I have been incredibly pleased and impressed with how on tune they seem to be, and how just right the messages feel. So there is a lot of information in Denise's decks, a lot. She writes a lot about these things, and so I'm gonna kind of look through stuff and, you know, kind of read the important parts, you know, the message that basically comes from the oracle of each place, and maybe discuss a little bit of the history of each location, because it is a lot of information, but I also don't want to overwhelm you or read things that aren't necessarily important to the viewer. So, as always, I open a circle of light and love and protection around myself and my reading space, and that extends to not just my readings, but to anyone who watches these readings, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, or next year. And please know that I believe if you come to these readings a year from now or 3 years from now, then there's something in that reading for you. There's a message for you that day. Time is one of those funny things. Like, spirit gets you messages when you need them. So, as always, I shuffle these decks, and I have shuffled this deck multiple times when I first introduced myself to it, and then, you know, this morning before I started this reading, and I'll do that every day before our readings. But I look at 2 cards. I look at the energy, which is the force that's directed towards us from the universe, the world, our environment around us. We'll see how the shine works on these. And then the focus card is our intention, effort, or response that we put back into that energy. So let's look at our energy card. Right? And then let's look at our focus card. Now, with one of my readings, I did determine, you know, that I thought maybe some of the glare was spirit kind of directing some special information on each card, but I don't want to make it so hard that you can't see them at all. Maybe that will help with the readings. Like I said, it's trial and effort here, and I still kind of have a hillbilly light setup, though it's much better than when I started. This is, I just want to mention, this is week 26 for me, so not quite halfway through this year. Normally it would be halfway through the year, but this year, 2024, has 53 weeks, not 52. So we have one more week. Next week will be the summer solstice, and that marks really the 6-month point for my readings, because I started on Yule, which was the winter solstice. So that is a pretty big milestone for me. So anyways, let's dive into our readings today and see what we got going on. So our energy for today, this is the card that says light. And it is the message from the angelic realm. And I don't always mention the numbers of these cards, but this is the 24 card, and we are in 2024. So I feel like that's an important connection. There's a lot of change going on in our world, a lot of messages, I believe, that are coming to us from spirit. And I think that this is very important. The idea of light and the angelic realm. Oh, and I creepily, weirdly just opened right up to this message. Or to the page in the book. So here we go. She says this in Messages from the Angelic Realm. Of all the journeys that we have taken, this might be our most ambitious. We focus our intention with laser precision to land on the angelic realm. At first, we might have trouble seeing the luminous forms of the angels because the light around us is so radiant. But as we stand in awe of our surroundings, angels come from behind to wrap us in their wings of light. So much love penetrates deep into our souls. It feels like this love travels beyond the farthest horizon of time and space. So, the time traveler's message is this. This is your time to remember who you are at your source and where you have come from, which is pure light. The essence is radiant and clear. Of course, there are times when you forget this. We all do. You are a human with a physical body, but at your source, you are luminescent, infinite, and immortal. Your energy can heal the world. What a beautiful message. She goes on to say, this is also a reminder that angels surround you always. If you are not feeling their loving luminescence, then clarity is called for. Clutter clear anything that you do not love or you do not use. Remove as much as you can of your physical, emotional, and mental load. Get rid of physical objects that clog your energy. Release relationships that do not support you. Move away from situations that deplete you. Make space for light to shine in every area of your life. I just want to repeat that message. Make space for light to shine in every area of your life. All right, that's a beautiful message, and that is gorgeous energy that is coming for us today. So how beautiful. Now let's look at our focus card and see how we're going to work with this divine energy of light that's coming at us. We have courage. We have a Viking ship here, and the message on the card, or the wording on the card, is Vikings in the New World. And of course, that did take a lot of courage to make that journey, not knowing what was at the other end of the ocean, or at the other side, or if you would ever see it again. So let me get to this card and read the information on it. So she says this as message from Vikings in the New World. What an exciting adventure. We've landed in Newfoundland around the year 1000 CE, or basically 80 if you think of time like that, to visit the newly arrived Vikings. We are here with Leif Erikson, watching his people prepare the foundations of a new settlement. As we walk through their community, we're impressed by the vigor, physical strength, and grace of these men and women. It seems to radiate from the center of their being. What remarkable courage these early settlers had to cross the Atlantic Ocean in their longships, open-air wooden boats, during huge storms and inclement weather. They set forth without certainty about where they would land or when they'd get there. Guided by the stars, the winds, and their connection to their gods, they traveled forward unto the unknown. And the time travelers' message is, there are times to hold back and deliberate about life, and times to move forward with passion, power, and daringness. If there is something that you want to do or say or act upon, this card signals that it is time to go forward. Don't back down. Face your fears. Act on your impulse now, and success will follow. Being courageous doesn't mean that you are not at all afraid. Being fearless means just that, to fear less. There are no certainties about the outcomes, but be willing to take a risk and step forward anyway. You may be on the verge of a massive breakthrough. Also, be resolute in honoring your truth and speak up for yourself. Live with passion. As a warrior of the light, you must step beyond self-imposed limitations to be a way shower for the others. Through you, others will be inspired to find and act upon their truth. Trust that you are unstoppable. So this is a gorgeous message to kick off this deck. So we have the energy of light coming from us. Light and the presence of angelic beings around us. And the way we're going to work with that is to be courageous. Those whisperings you've had in the back of your mind, those urges that tell you it's time to make a change or time to do something a little bit different or potentially find a new path. please listen. These messages are here for you for a reason. It's to help your life develop. It's to help your soul develop. It's to help you become more. And hopefully in doing that, you can help others become more. So I hope you found this reading helpful. I would love to hear what you think about this new deck. The artwork is so gorgeous on it. I forgot to mention, the artwork on this deck is by Scott Bredenthal. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's an artist and graphic design artist. And these cards are gorgeous. Every one of them, when I look at the picture, takes me to that place in time. So please like, please subscribe, please share. I would love to hear what you're thinking about this deck, and I hope to see you with tomorrow's reading. Have a beautiful day.